Okay, so everyone we do have, we're going to have to pull back into like a central location. And then ideally fight the orcs back from there. We seem to be alright. Welcome back to the Steel Legion, you beautiful people. So to start this episode off, we have an infestation coming in already. So it looks like we're going to start on a bit of high with a nice little shootout. And we want to see how well these turrets are going to do. And so far, I think that the turrets are actually going to do pretty well. You know, there is actually a crazy amount of bugs there. What are we looking at? 45 hives. And I think last time was like 35. And they're already trying to tunnel through the walls and all of that fun stuff. And they're through on this section. Alright, let's just get everyone rallied up. Let's start moving down. And I think we'll try to push through the top. And then we'll just clear section by section by section. Because what we don't want to do is for them to actually be able to tunnel through these walls and start taking out turrets because, well, yeah, we've been losing a lot of turrets recently. And losing a bunch if we don't need to is not the greatest of ideas. So I think if we just start pushing in, clear this section, we should be fine. And then we come along here. Fighting the bugs in close combat isn't going to be great, but we do have some decent enough shields. And some shields that are going to do us very well in close combat as well. With those, hopefully that'll buy us enough time. We've got them forced into a choke point. And maybe if we can get into this back corner here, so we're going to have an autocannon and a machine gun shooting over us, we should be able to do a whole bunch of damage. But the bugs seem to be wanting to get us pinned in here. Okay, you guys, if you want to come onto this side here for me, and then see if we can just keep shooting down. No one's really taken any damage, but that's more because nobody has shot each other or been hit by an autocannon or a machine gun, which seems to be the main issue. But the plan for this... Oh no, George... So George... Yeah, George just got tagged by a plasma gun. Yeah. Straight for the armour. So, crack. Burn on the head, crack on the skull. Amazing. Probably be alright. Yeah, 2 conditions. Bit of a tough cookie. Right, we've got this section, gun line. Hopefully we don't shoot each other and we should be pretty sweet. And it doesn't look like... No, looks like we're good. That's just making sure none of the walls have been breached. A little bit reluctant to push too far down. Because we don't want to get hit by one of our defensive cannons. They do shoot pretty rapid and hit very hard. We'll take this out with these guys. And then we should be pretty sweet. Yeah, easy fix. Anyway, actually going on. What do we want to do this episode? Well, we're getting off the planet in this episode. And how are we going to do that? Well, we have a spaceship being built over here, hidden amongst all of these tiles. We've got a bunch of artillery going in. Well, one more artillery piece, and then I think we're up to 12. Which should be enough to just drop shells on anyone that would try and siege us. That's going to be a lot of fun. Big guns never tire. And then what we did manage to get is 2 persona cores. I will have to come clean. It is the first time I've done it. But we did have to drop them in. But what we did do is we destroyed the amount of value that they cost to try and balance it out. Because we can't leave the map tile. It turns out, if we leave the map tile, things just disappear and never come back. So, yeah, you get the idea. We couldn't leave the map tile. That means we're trapped here, so we had to do something. And waiting around to die is not my idea of too much fun because we have a new series starting. Now, last episode, or the episode before, I did have to stop because I'm in the middle of moving house. And, yeah, it's going ahead now. So, I might be a little bit all over the place for the next... week or 2 because obviously moving house is kind of a big deal and we had less than an hour and a half's notice, so just come back from the old house, no, from the new house to the old house, hence why I haven't uploaded in a few days. Yeah, let's get on with the episode. And we already have our first raid coming in, and it is from a bunch of tribals, but some of these tribals have bionics on them, which is going to make them, well, it's not going to make them dangerous. There's still tribals at the end, and probably should actually pull everyone back because we've got a couple of people out in the open. Georgetta, so Georgetta got hit in the head. We're like, do you know what? Let's go patch her up, you know, as you do. And then we're like, do you know what? We should also do full of bionics. And then we just had 2 bionics just fail in a row, which is a little bit odd. And for some reason, these guys are attacking our granite walls. Okay, well, not even granite walls, just granite. Okay, cool. I mean, if it makes them happy. A little bit weird. They did go and smash some things up along here, but details. As soon as they poke their head around the corner, they are just going to get blasted. And Laura, you don't have a defensive position. Okay, so we're going to put you there, and then say there's defensive position 1. Cool, cool, cool. To be fair, we did double line this wall just in case that happened, and yeah, they're into the kill zone. Yeah, game over for them. If they kept tunneling that way, where could have they gone? They could have come like along here and through the back. Still doesn't get them anywhere. So what we're going to get out of this is just a whole bunch of chem fuel and also some steel from smelting down their weapons. If we're lucky, they might have some Archotech stuff on them. And well, Archotech stuff. Wait a sec. He's one of ours. But he's not one of ours. I can't see his faith. No. Yeah, he was of the Imperial faith. Cool. Right. Yeah, so if anyone shows up and they're of the same faith as you, and you have your, like, apparel set, then they'll come wearing it. Ah, shame. You might have actually been useful. But details. I think we're actually pretty much at capacity for what we need. We might get, like, one more crafter, just to, like, process through everything. But yeah, a lot of that stuff has excellent quality, which ain't too bad. Yeah, actually nothing crazy there, but hopefully some Architect fragments about. And how are you already rotten? I must have been from another raid. With level 1 finished of the Architect technology, I think what we should do is put in a Mechanoid Summoner. And hopefully with that we're going to be able to obviously draw in Mechanoids and obviously fight the Mechanoids, but then we'll be able to strip them down to get some more Architect components. And we now have a whole bunch of green skins coming in. And are you guys going to be up to much mischief? It's not looking like it. Looks like they are just coming in for a scrap. So everyone to defensive positions number 1. And do you guys really have anything all that interesting? And how many of you are there? 55. Yeah, Orc scale so weird. Like we literally fought 92 maybe 3 episodes ago. And now we're not fighting nearly as many. So we might not even need to have gone to the defensive positions. We should have been fine actually just leaving this to the turrets. But yet again, repairing this area does take quite a while. So if we can, you know, reduce the amount of wear and tear on the defences, that'd be pretty good. And that wall has finally fallen. So I think we are going to have to do what we were talking about. Or stripping this down. And then reinforcing it with another wall going along. Because, well, if they keep shooting through it, it's not too long until the tower show up, because we haven't fought them yet, and when the tower do show up, they do have a lot of range. And they might, if we're particularly unlucky, be able to stay back here and shoot us from hiding inside these walls, which obviously is not something that we particularly want. And what are you doing, Bone? You weirdo. Oh, yeah, I just gotta go hit a wall, yeah, for the war! Good for you, mate. Good for you. So let's reinforce along here. And then I don't think we need to worry too much about that section. They'll get reinforced and then we just build another section of barbed wire across this bit. Okay, who's got a decent plasma gun? Laura, you do, and you're new to the team. Go shoot that orc in the face. If you were on draft, that would help. Cool, everyone else, back to doing what you're doing. And as for the ship, that has come along pretty quickly. So the main section of the ship is done. And now we're just putting in the crypto sleeps. And once they're in, we can initiate the countdown timer for the 15 days. And then we'll be getting off and continuing our crusade through the stars. And Laura, how beaten up were you? You got a shot in the spine and in the torso. And in the right leg. Nothing fancy. You're not bleeding out anytime soon, so you should be good. Now this is interesting. One of the massive squigs decided to go and start attacking the wall over on this side for some weird reason. Are you even doing any damage? Yeah, you're attacking there. And you've also got a big shooter. Okay, faster, you got an autocannon. That is more than enough to take down a big squig and a orc. He does have a big shooter, which does a fair amount of damage. But what this means to me, that we're going to turn this section into embrasures. And then we're going to put cannons behind it. So if anything tries to cross this stream here, we can shoot them down. Nice thing about trying these things out before we go off to the ship cooldown. Because then we actually know what's going to happen. And then bring that back by 3 so we can fit the turrets and then a wall behind. Yeah, I think that is going to work out pretty well for us. One shot. Easy. We kicked out a bunch of these calcium alloy rib cages, and I didn't think they're going to be particularly good, but they actually look pretty beast. 35% to blunt, which is always nice, plus 20% to heat, and plus 70 to sharp, which is actually mental. And a little bit of heresy, because I'm just interested in seeing what this extra dexterous arm does. Oh, that was actually easier to say than I thought. Manipulation plus 100%. Nice. Cool. So, Georgetta now. Cranial plate in. Neurohyperthreader, multi-analyzer nose, multi-spectrum eyes, calcium alloy ribcage, an auxiliary heart. Cool. And then the extra dexterous arm. I guess that's probably what you say. Advanced bionic legs, kidneys, heart, stomach, lung, liver, spine, arms, ears, and then obviously the eyes and all that stuff. That is pretty beast. Hopefully she doesn't get taken out, otherwise that would be a little bit annoying. Quite an expensive investment there. And we've also got Ras Valco or whatever. Basically all that does is it stops you from aging, which isn't too bad. Now what we do need to give you is the calcium alloy ribcage. And let's give you cranial plating and the ribcage. And what about you? Ribcage. Do you need anything else? No. Cool. Cranial plating and a ribcage. Right, and that should be pretty much all of the Nutriamine style bionics. And we've got to get a whole new batch going. So, we might have used that Arcotech mechanoid cooler, and now we have a psychic ship drone part. Right there. It's not surrounded by too much. 18 centipedes, 9 pikemen, looks like a lancer. Anything else? And a... Okay, for some reason we're collecting those. And maybe a cipher in the back there. Now, what we do have for a situation like this is a whole bunch of artillery. So we're just going to get everyone to man up, and I'll be back shortly. So we are 3 cannons short, so that's Selma, Pomfia and Dorcry, which shouldn't be a massive issue. And what we'll do is we will save these to defensive position number 3. And once we're on defensive position number 3, all we will need to do is when we decide that we want to go and shoot some stuff. Wait, why you... Oh, that's not annoying. Right, I'm saying they are too far away. Well, that didn't work out as planned. Okay, cool. You guys can have this saved as defensive position number 3, and then we'll need to figure something out with the shells, so at least we'll have some artillery shells over here. Oh well. And you guys, if you would kindly start shelling here. First volley, we wake up the mechanoids, and we managed to hit the ship. Okay, that's pretty good for us. And turns out we've got a shaman trader coming in. Details. They'll get wiped out, that is fine. Maybe they have something useful for us. Oh no, the White Deer clan is hostile with us. How will we ever survive? Not an issue, but it looks like anything useful they had is going to be lost. And if that pokes its head out there... So if it's hostile, how is it still using our doors? That's not sporting. Okay, looks like we just got lucky on the first round. We just keep shelling it, hopefully something pays off. Or our guys come down and decide to fight the mechanoids. If we are going to do this, let's do it where we have a bit of an advantage. We are in better armor than last time we fought them, and we have better guns, but we definitely are not invincible. Laura, you're down to here. Pomfia, you can take the corner. Pavis, you can move here. Crocodile. Well, we ain't really got anywhere to put you. Yeah, you can go there, buddy. And Terra Mark II. You've got plasma guns, so if you're getting close, you're going to be way more dangerous. Okay, Dorcry's getting involved as well. Let's put you behind the psychic ship part, so at least you have some cover. Okay, you guys move into here. Gnu and Selma, you guys can start pushing in as well. Dorcry, you're now out in the open. I'm going to need you to take this side. Crocodile, move forward a little bit. Cowboy's in as well. Dorcry is down level conditions. This isn't how you fight mechanoids. This really, really isn't. You guys come across here. You guys push this way. Terra, you take that corner. Man, we are getting a bit of a kick in here. We've got decent kit, but we are not invincible. We're still squishy Humies with some terrible armor. Okay, and now we're out of artillery shells. Awesome. You guys, do you mind just keep pushing? I don't really want you guys just stood there beating out fires instead of actually fighting. Okay, there was in close combat. That's fine. Probably saves space for you. Actually, I think we're going to get everyone down. Committed to a very silly fight there. In the kill zone, that would have been ours any day of the week. But in the open, we are not the most powerful as such. But this is ours now, so we're good. Well, I don't think anyone's going to die anytime soon. No, you're fine, you're fine. 13 hours, Terra's got 16, Cowboy's pretty beaten up but not dead. Selma's still got 8, Pomfia, yeah, we're good. Okay, Pavis, rescue Selma. And all of that for 15 Archotech fragments. Yeah, I don't really think that was worth it somehow. Hopefully when we break down all these mechanoids we'll get a little bit more from it. But we lost a whole bunch of body parts. I think it's Dorcry. Yeah, got both their eyes shot out and their nose shattered. And then had a permanent brain injury. And Cowboy has had his operation fail on him. That sucks. What was it? Advanced bionic stomach, it looks like. Not the end of the world. Okay, so this is cool. So we're actually fighting the Tau themselves. And they've got a couple stealth suits, it looks like. Well, is that a stealth battle suit? Yeah. Cool, stealth suit. What do you do? Your outer, middle and headgear. 110 sharp, 110 blunt, 110 heat. Global work speed minus 10% and movement speed slightly lower down. Fair enough. But it hasn't been compressed. So I don't really think that they're going to be all that scary. Yeah, look how slow they're moving. Shame. But still, we get to shoot up a whole bunch of Tau. Oh no, they're sieging us. Right. I do believe we have something set for this. Something like that. Or do I need to do more? Anyone going? Yeah, we got 3 people already. 4 people going over to the artillery pieces. Okay, the rounds are all over here though. That's an issue. Stork, I'm going to need you to go over here, mate, and prioritise hauling all of those, so at least we have some artillery rounds available. Tell you what we can do is we'll allow incendiary rounds for the moment. And hopefully that will get these guys shooting before the Tau can really set up and shell our base. Cool. And is that going to be Archotech Mass or is it Snotling? Come on. Ah, Snotling leather. Boring. It was Archotech Mass, would have been quite good. And the first volley is on its way down. If we can hit their artillery shells. Do you know what? I would just be happy if we just hit them at the moment. Oh, that is not much fun. We keep missing like crazy. Our reloads are pretty quick. I'll give our guys that. But that's about it. Well, it looks like the incendiary rounds have done their job. They managed to annoy them into attacking us, but that was about it. And they did manage to catch the cannon on fire. So let's get Augustus over here so we can beat this fire out. Or Belarus, either and or, doesn't really matter. And then, yeah, just normal things won't really stand a chance against a kill zone. I'm not even mad about it. We had some bugs come in, but they're bugs, so they literally just showed up, ran away, and came back. So not super interesting. And how many rounds have you got? You got 21. Easy. So all of these guys turn into chem fuel, strip down their weapons, and then sell them for some more stuff. And this will really need to be fixed sometime soon. Just having a little look over the old Archotech level 3 stuff. And we do not have nearly enough fragments for what we want. So 350 fragments to kick out Archotech legs and arms. We can't really afford that. And then what we did want is the old Archotech replicator to get Archotech fragments. Yeah, that's not a thing either. Bit of a shame. They are very expensive. Turns out we haven't really been fighting enough mechanoids. But what we can do is we can start the ship reactor and then start the 15-day countdown, so that we are going to have a whole bunch of scraps and a massive shootout, and then continue on with our crusade somewhere else. And the White Deer clan has finally decided to come and attack us. But having just a bunch of tribals, we kind of know how this is going to go. We haven't even brought everyone across to, well, man defensive positions because I don't think it's needed. Georgetta is now caught out in the open. Probably could do something about it, but are we going to? Georgetta will be absolutely fine. Even though she did get hit by an autocannon, so probably missing something. No, just took a gunshot to the head, but is still alive. And then there is a second lot of tribals coming through as well, but the first group didn't do so well, so I doubt these guys are going to do much better themselves. We are finally working on the walls though, which is something that I rate. But it looks like, I guess when someone retreated, it just went and smashed through the door at some point. But we got plenty of plasteel, so that is not going to be a problem. And even if they get through this section, they don't actually have anywhere to go, because then they'll just be running onto some more autocannons. And that being said, we did want to do something over here, so I think granite embrasures across this section. Let's figure this out. So we want machine gun turrets in the back. And then, yeah, we'll just stagger them up to here. Easy. Okay, cowboy. You gotta have your bottle, just go in here. Silly tribals. Always look forward to termites coming in, because they always find a new bit of the base that I have forgotten to defend. And it just looks like they're going to play around in this area for a little bit. I'm not expecting too much, because even if they come through up here, they come out onto autocannons. Or they come this way. Okay, that solves that. And where are you going? Wandering. So I'm not sure if we've just made the base too big. That's messing with the termites AI. Because once upon a time, they used to be able to get like into the center of the base. And now, they don't really achieve a massive amount. So it's come in, shelled across here, tunnel through this section. And then it's kind of stopped. And we've got the red basin people coming in through the top here. So 86 to 70. Which ain't a massive buff to them. Let's see what they got. Interference shielding, black pearl. So they've got some decent barnecks. Yeah, still nothing on the old Vespids. Those things are crazy. And yet again, still not doing too much across here. So I'm thinking, take this wall. And then let's just extend it down and across to here. And then mine this section out. Anything happens along here, we've still got turrets in the back. So tribals have decided to come through the one super heavily defended area where we expected the termites to start coming through. So these guys are going in for a very, very bad time. They tunnel through here. Cool. They might go for that wall, maybe, but there is a gun turret behind it, so less likely. And then they come through here, into this section. This area is only so we've got the range on the turrets. And then they'd end up coming into a whole bunch of autocannons, machine guns. No las cannons though. And then we can just sweep in and take them out. Yeah, that works for us. And they've finally decided to breach. So they're breaching onto a bunch of autocannons, las cannons and machine gun turrets. Everyone that is up and able will just move across. because it looked like they were going to go down towards the south, which they kind of are, but they, yet again, they also aren't. You guys move back a bit, we don't get caught out and hit by our own cannons, because those things will utterly shred us. Kind of like we're shredding through these guys. Cowboy, what did you get hit by? Autocannon. Yeah, kind of the thing that we were worried about getting hit by, we ended up getting hit by. Fair enough. They did manage to clear these walls out, which actually for us works out quite nicely, because that means we can just reinforce them with the old granite walls, which is pretty good, and then put a plasteel auto door there. And we had a exotics good trader come in from a bunch of tribals, and they're fighting the mechanoids, so that's going to be pretty one-sided there. Don't really need to worry about this one too much. And a whole bunch of Kroot coming in. Kroot are quite dangerous, so this is 1-time speed and they are rapid. If they try to come through the top, we do have the machine gun turrets, which should buy us a little bit of time. Have had no time to repair anything, and then the mechanoids seem to be a little bit more interested in tunneling once again. A whole bunch of medical operations need to happen, a bunch of people need tending up, and it is not going very well on that side. Sweet. Just stretched ourselves a little bit too thin. But it looks like termites have finally got themselves in a little bit of trouble, because they have just moved into range of our turrets. So they're still trying to tunnel, and they're aiming for our fixed height explosive cannon, which is getting tagged a couple times. Kind of to be expected, but anything that's out here is just going to get blasted apart. Kroot still haven't moved, which I will take as a good thing. Unless they run into the mechanoids, then that is game for us. Terror shield's already down, that did not take long. And then we've got reinforce here, and it looks like we're going to have to then go and reinforce across this section here as well. They are embrasures, so I guess we could open this bit up so the turret has a better field of fire. But then again, what we don't want is we don't want things coming in and hugging this line here. And who's down? Okay, Terror run into the Kroot. You got 16 hours, you will be fine. Who's quick? Augustus, you are. Go rescue Terror. And it looks like the Rosarius finally paid off on Augustus, other than he got caught just in the barbed wire, so he slowed down. And is this a raid coming in? And a... Okay, it's the Vespids. These are always ones we need to worry about. 180 compressed down to 70. Okay, 1-time speed. They move quicker than our guys on 3-time speed. Right, where can they go to cause us the maximum amount of damage? If they come up through here, we're okay. Is how I describe that. Not amazing, but okay. Everyone else to defensive position number 3. We'll try to get Augustus back into the base as soon as we can. If they come through the top, that spreads their ranks, so they'll be still fighting into a whole bunch of turrets, which is okay for us. Because fighting them all head on kind of sucks. Crocodile's caught out in the open. Come back this way, mate. See if we can't get you into cover before we get blown apart. Cool. Crocodile should be in the clear. These guys aren't doing too much over there. They do have a new hidey hole, which is a little bit annoying. And Crocodile, why are you going that way? I literally told you to go there. Okay, he's disappeared. They are in the base. But honestly, them being in base isn't such a bad thing. We have prepared for this moment. We have a whole bunch of cannons shoved everywhere. But they are using smoke belts. Some of these turrets can shoot through them, some of them can't, but when they stand still, their speed isn't a massive advantage to them. Someone's apparently confused and wandering around. But I can still semi-hold her corner, I guess. No, she just got shot in the back by something big. Okay, sweet. I call this a less than ideal last stand. Let's go into here. And then at least when they come around the corner, they're only one at a time. Augustus. I'm going to pull you back this way, mate. Can you... Terra's already been healed up. That's fine. Selma, whereabouts were you? Selma's got 7 conditions. Fighting these guys out in the open is going to suck. They've literally got 100% accuracy on their weapons. Plus you mix that with all the other fun stuff they've got. Yeah, cool. We've got a whole bunch of them down. Right, that held okay. Burning some of the base, not a massive issue. Doorcry, why you just stood there? Move this way. Okay, Doorcry, you're over here. You're going to rescue Selma. Laura, whereabouts are you? You're hiding in your room. Everyone else is putting out fires, gunning people down that are trying to retreat. And the crew are coming in. Do we still have turrets? Yes, we've still got turrets, which means we should be fine. Greenskin War straight behind that as well. The Yorks will catch up with the crew, I imagine, once they're around that corner, so that's fine. These guys are coming through the kill zone. It doesn't look like we lost too many turrets. So that's cool. We lost all the ones along here. These ones are still good. So long as we are healing, I think we'll be alright. It's why we got like defensive lines backing up. And how long have we got on that ship? 12 days. So this is 3 days in. Yeah, we're doing great. Augustus, mate, I'd prefer if you just attend to yourself first. Wait, are we out of medicine? We are out of medicine. Augustus, use herbal medicine then. I don't want you running off that way right into the middle of everything else. Okay, one lot's fleeing. How are the orcs? Orcs are fighting those crew. These guys are kind of getting through to our defences, but not really. Your jets in stable health. Augustus, tend to yourself, buddy. Terra Mark 2 incapacitated. Cowboys in stable health. Crocodile bleeds out in 3 hours. Where are you? You're there. We'll have to get to you soon. Selma's got 15 conditions but isn't dead. I'll count that as a victory. Marguerite's got 2 conditions. Augustus still has 9. Orcs, I'm not sure which way they are going to end up going. Fasto's got his autocannon. Mind you, he is facing down a storm bolter in essentially some fancy flat kit. Yeah, we've been in better situations. That is for sure. In hindsight, I probably shouldn't have let those tribals tunnel in through here. I should have realised you mix Igor with leaving the planet. You're in for a bad time. Okay, rescue him. You can medical as well, so we don't need to worry too much about that. Kind of wish those turrets were still up in the back. Okay, Fasto, you're going to need to start shooting, mate, otherwise you're just going to get blown apart. You good? Rescue. Which way are the orcs going? The orcs are coming up here. And how many of you are there? 53. Okay, thankfully the orcs are starting to fill through into the kill zone. A few of the turrets are running a little bit dry. How many you got? You got 14 shells left. Autocannons seem okay. But it does mean another raid's going to come straight in off the back of this. Now, Crocodile, how did you die? Oh well, details. Okay, so everyone we do have, we're going to have to pull back into like a central location. And then ideally fight the orcs back from there. We seem to be alright. Gunlines are a bit spread out, but we got plenty of ammo. And if we fight them where they can't bring their numbers to bear, we should be good. And actually, thinking about it, if we just move back to this kill zone, then at least we got some sort of defensive line. Augustus, move back here. Don't want you out in the open against the Nork with the chopper. Okay, I'm going to actually pull you back into this corner. Just try to get away from him, and now back in. The orcs won't flee because they're on a war, so they'll fight to the last orc. And how much damage have they managed to do? Not a massive amount. So we might actually be in a little bit of luck. So we can make an Architect Resurrector, which means we can bring Crocodile back from the dead. Now, normally I wouldn't be too bothered about bringing Crocodile back, but it turns out Crocodile was our secondary constructor. And right now, construction is like #1 priority. Pretty much, not all of the turrets, but a lot of the turrets are down. We're missing walls, especially along there. So what we've done is everyone that can construct, even if it is poor quality construction and such, they've all been changed across to doing that. Just kind of hoping that we can at least get some resemblance of a defense back up. Because if we get another Vespid raid followed by some more orcs, we probably hold like one more time. But many more times after that, we are going to be in a whole bunch of trouble. Okay, cool. I thought that was going to be a raid coming in then. Thankfully it's not. And is it going to be around here somewhere? Okay, give me a couple seconds. I'm going to find the Mech Resurrector Serum. Okay, found the Mech Resurrector Serum. Just heading under that. Bring back Crocodile. And then when Crocodile's back in, obviously we can get to doing some more constructing. Cool. Well, that was fairly painless. Did you come back with any issues? No. Sweet. Okay, and a whole bunch more tribals. We don't really have time on our side at the moment, so what we're going to do is we're just going to get everyone together that we can. Looks like they're going to go through the choke point. So we'll line up across here and then just shoot them all down as they come in. Then hopefully they flee nice and soon, and then obviously if they flee, then they can't tunnel through any more of the defences. Who can we take off? We will take Fasto off. GNU can secondary construct as well. Prefer if you didn't run straight into the enemy. Kind of against the idea of letting you go. And we'll take Crocodile off. So the guys that can do some stuff are going to be able to do it. They're going to bunch up there. We've got some very heavy hitting weapons with the punch and spray. Crocodile, going to need you back there again as well. GNU, if you're going to shoot, we might as well bring you into the fight. And they're all fleeing. Sweet. And that was a nice easy raid to hold. And it turns out there was a second group. They managed to tunnel through all the plasteel doors. And now those guys are fleeing as well. And with all of that, 10 days on the ship reactor. So a third of the way. So more humans are coming in. Yet again, another group of sappers. But yeah, not too worried. They do have a whole bunch of numbers. They are compressed, so they're going to be a little bit more dangerous. But they're still wearing basically t-shirts, which doesn't offer much protection against plasma guns, autocannons and heavy bolters. Call it a 6-up t-shirt save. 6-up t-shirt save. That's actually really hard to say. 6-up t-shirt save. Words today seem to be difficult. Okay, so we have managed to plug this breach here. So, obviously, not amazing, but it's something. We had about 6 hours without being attacked or so, which has worked out quite nicely. We will need to go, we'll allow that, but redo the walls, well, the doors across here. If those doors there are done, then it basically forces everything back through into the kill zone. This has all been not redone, but it's been rebuilt. Yeah, okay. All of a sudden, it's looking a little bit more promising. And another group of crew sappers coming in. 3 groups. One up there, one here, and then another in the bottom. Okay, what is their compressed radar size? Decent, but not terrifying, thankfully. Doors haven't been done yet, but it looks like most things are quite happy coming around. Don't think anything's ever going to breach through this section, which I guess we'll call as a good thing. But we do have a makeshift kill zone there, which is somewhere that we are going to be able to hold. And let's just bring everyone more like that. And that's where I imagine they're going to come through. If they come through this section, we're laughing. But if they come up here, we're going to need something there to defend ourselves. How long we got left on this ship now? 9.3 days. So we're not even 6 days through yet. And I would say with that is a good place to actually wrap up the episode. So it looks like this is going to be a 2-parter. Otherwise, this is going to be an extremely long episode. So thank you very much for watching Steel Legion. I'll be Conzi. All your likes, comments, sub support have been amazing. You guys are awesome. And I'll catch you on the next one.